Alright, well, we're going to do our very best. Unfortunately, having issues with the stream. It looks like I chose correctly in who to passively spectate, because he ended up getting the first blood. And fingers crossed with the stream. I don't know what the deal is. It doesn't seem like it can see anything, and I've kind of done what I can to get it working. So, alright, we're just going to do our best here. So, in the bottom lane, we've got the Faceless Void along with the Lich going against the Centaur and the Lion. I would say that this lane is generally quite Centaur favored. In the mid lane, we have Octavine on the Legion Commander going up against Unruly Bear on the Death Prophet. And up in the top lane, we have Drow Witch Doctor versus Sand King Skywrath. This should be quite Drow favored, but it does depend a bit on, you know, positioning, misplays, and Skywrath being able to pump out enough harass specifically on the Drow. If Drow isn't able to walk close enough up the lane, then
just
it
went
can
belly
certainly
up.
equalize things. But in the bottom lane, this should be pretty heavily Centaur Lion favored. Lion's going to drain everybody's mana, and additionally, it's going to Centaur just has the burst damage to kill Void. Even with Time Walk, they can stall out the damage and ensure that he takes some of it. The mid lane, we generally expect this to favor Death Prophet, but I'm not entirely sure that she's ever going to be able to like actually kill Legion, you know? Bottom lane, getting a pull on the Centaur, trying to bring him out of the tower. He's going to take a couple of tower shots, but nothing too crazy. Top lane, Sand King somehow has 17 last hits. I'm assuming they've done some wave shenanigans to accomplish this, because that's it's quite good. This shouldn't be this favored towards the Sand King. Oh. Just used. Drow eating a ton of harass
Middle
from
tower is drowning.
the Skywrath Mage. And you know, that is, like I was saying, that's, if you can keep the Drow away from the Sand King, you give him a shield. He's able to leverage against the Drow. He always has that kill threat with Burrow Strike and his innate with the Caustic Valley and all of that stuff, so. Top lane, get the cask onto the Sand King, but no follow-up. No points in the Maledict, interesting, okay. Deciding that they just want to try to secure the farm instead of trying to get kills. Which I guess isn't a terrible read. Against the Skywrath, I do see it, but I wonder if it's a bit too passive. I like the second point in heal, though.
This will do.
It's quite mana efficient. Bottom lane. GD considering a creep skip, decides against it. He's pretty much even in the mid lane. Stomp is going to unfortunately miss. You know, thinking broadly about this game, I generally prefer the draft of the LostBoys, the Radiant tier. Reason being that Faceless Void isn't a particularly difficult hero to execute a good team fight with, and additionally he has a good carry matchup.
Draw a line to Radiant's middle
you know, so
tower.
I generally expect that he's able to actually get Crown Spear off.
Just like your shit.
Win fights. However, before he has BKB, he really needs to make sure he's locking down this Lion, locking down this Witch Doctor, because if he doesn't get them in the Chronosphere as well as whoever his main target is, he's just going to get stunned through it, and he's going to take some damage, and probably the spell's going to go to waste. I do generally like the Legion, I guess, providing some secondary jump, and maybe that's why they picked it, is trying to overload the enemy's defenses for Chronosphere. And of course you've got the Sand King, who can just pop Epicenter and Burrow Strike into the Chrono and just hit everybody with it. So, bottom lane, Centaur was getting dog, it's quite low, cast comes out from the Witch Doctor. We're trying to chase quite a bit, GD over on the side, just collecting the heal. Gain all his mana back up, maybe looking to get some more last hits. Raigon the Void stepping up to deny some creeps. He's going to eat a Hex. And the Dire Wisdom Rune is secured. The Radiant Wisdom Rune remains unclaimed. Bottom lane, we've got Legion Commander looking to get active. Got a pull coming up on the line, got a Time Walk coming out from Ryget. Legion stepping up, really wanting to duel one of these supports versus a massive hit versus the duel. Took the stun, are they going to have enough damage? Another follow-up stun from Centaur, and the duel is not going to be complete. And Void ends up getting quite low as a result of this. Skywrath Mage coming in, throwing out a couple spells. Nothing happens. Nice traded. Nobody's dead. GD quite healthy, stepping forward, thinks that they can go for some more. Cass is going to bounce back and forth. Another stun coming out from the Lion. GD. Oh, got Silence, wasn't able to get a stun off in time. Wants to pivot over to the Skywrath Mage. Has stun. Holding stun, turns around, wants to use it on the board, pivots back. Secures the kill on the core, but he will pay with his life. Good read by him. I wasn't sure why he was holding the stun, why he didn't commit it sooner, but really baiting the stun out, making Void think that he'd be able to come in, secure the kill on the Centaur, and make it out with his life, but good play from GD on the Centaur. Let's switch over to the net worth charts. This is not how I expected top lane to go at all. No Maledict and the inability to pressure the Sand King, and it makes sense. The hero does farm quite well. I just wasn't expecting him to be able to do that in that lane. And even Drow with 6, just kind of electing to not look him here. And unfortunately, they sent the Skywrath Mage, the guy who is keeping bottom, going on to Radiant Ninja Smurf on this Lich. He's not going to be able to make it out. 3 points in that double edge is a big hit. As I was saying, they brought the Skywrath Mage down to the bottom lane, which on the one hand makes sense, but on the other hand is like really not what you want to see. Bottom lane, CGD on the Centaur, but they can just kill this guy, right? One more double edge, and Rufio is going to pass. Finger Dip comes out, long range from Bob the Skull. Skill kill, GD. Manning up, he's got his ult. Closest Void to hitting 6, not that close.
Steal your face.
It's staying far. The round spells comes out, the Stampede, the double edge, it's not going to be enough. Oh, we went to click him, but unfortunately the Watcher box gets hit instead. He will end up getting the kill and the experience for the Lich Death, but a kill goes immediately back to the Faceless Void. Not sure that second part was worth. Jump forward, the commander versus the duel and the overwhelming odds. Plus 2 duel damage, and another kill for the Faceless Void as a part of it. That's been helpful for his net worth. Another thing that bodes well for the Radiant is that Void builds farming items, whereas Drow's farming speed is relatively linear throughout the game. Void's going to be a big ramp up once he gets this Mjolnir, and it's just going to kind of continue to grow higher and higher. Whereas with Drow, it's a steady increase, but it's never really like, oh, this is the item. You know what I mean? And okay, Legion going for the blade mail first. On mid, Legion, you can do that. I oftentimes see people go for the Link first just to get that initiation. Unfortunately, you kind of like invert the role between yourself and your team with like the damage output, because you're basically like, yeah, this is all I got, guys. I need you to protect me and secure my goals now. And the exorcism used.
Radiant fortified their structures.
And
Attack
they
the
are going to
hero.
siege this tier 1, and it doesn't look
Radiant's top
like
tower is
maybe
on
they
the
are thinking about
rocks.
making a defense. Blink already up on Sand King, and a full part of Aghanim's Scepter. He's going to pop this Epi, he's going to go forward, he's going to stun on top of the creep wave, focusing the Drow immediately, wants to make sure that that's the best target. The silence comes out from the Drow to keep herself alive, but the Witch Doctor does go down. And go forward from the Faceless Void, they get the stun on top of the Drow, and she's going to perish. They're going forward on top of the Death Book, she's got the Exorcism going, Batman comes out from the Witch Doctor, who's coming in, the Chain Frost, the Exorcism in, is big looking out. Cask is coming in, but Unruly Bear is going to end up going down, the Chain Frost jumps over onto the Witch Doctor as he's running back, trying to hide behind the tower, gets his level 6, but it's just going to die. He's surrounded by Radiant
Like
Towers.
a drunk sailor.
It's a great stampede as well to try and get that disengage, but unfortunately it just wasn't
Radiant's
quite
bottom
enough.
tower is under attack.
Should be a top tier 1 tower for the
Radiant's
Dire.
bottom
You know,
tower
it's
faces
really
a
not
stiff wind. Dire's top
what you
tower
expect or
has
hope for
fallen.
with your first exorcism usage. First exorcism, you're kind of hoping the enemy
Radiant's
team just
bottom
says,
tower
nothing
is
we can
under
do.
attack.
Walk away now.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
As compensation, though, they will end up getting the
Radiant's
safe wind
bottom
tower
tower has
themselves
rung its last
bottom
bell.
for free. And Sanking, top of the net worth charts, he's going to have Aghanim Scepter like 16 minutes at this rate. If that's probably even faster than that. In the mid lane, Legion Commander probably working on that blink.
Dire's middle tower
Mid
is
tower
under
already
attack.
gone. And now that I think about it, that probably wasn't the first exorcism considering it's gone. But Devine, Rufio looking to set up a kill. The Legion Skywrath combo is there, of course. Duel forcing them to stand still. Top lane, Exorcism has been popped to chase down the Lich Hero. And walks past a bit of an ancient stack on his way. Silence comes out as well as the concussive shot. We're gonna throw some spells onto this Unruly Bear. Burning Greave's not finished yet. So okay, just a clean disengage. Wants to run up the high ground. Blade Mail popped by Legion versus the Q. Stampede comes out off the beam. A Mystic Flare gets thrown down onto the ground. And Octavine makes it out. Ooh, Epicenter walking up face first into the Epicenter. That's not what the winner had time, but a couple of massive chain fires as well. I mean, a wombo combo. They must have not had any vision at all. And it's brave to charge up a hill like that with zero vision. Exorcism's gone. Heal's already happened. That's going to be another kill for the Radiant. 3 kills going the way of Machu on the Sand King. This fight recap does not show everything, and I'm upset about that. But yes, 7,000 net worth for the Sand Kings. Closing in on this Aghanim Scepter. Faceless Void. Had a bit of a rough laning stage. Good on XP, but definitely hurting for some gold right now. Lane Rufio's going to run into the line. Great minds take alike. They both drop down sentries. Gonna immediately get the D-Ward on the lion. And GD coming over is going to help secure the sentry click as well. Beans going to walk across the Centaur Warrior as well. They seem to think, at least they were thinking, that they could fight into this, but they cannot. Drow looking to get active. I think feeling maybe a bit of pressure about the game, feeling like they need to play with their team more and try and secure some kills. And also probably not wanting to get smoke ganked as well.
I'll take that.
Bottom lane, Centaur kind of eyeing.
Dire's
Here.
middle tower is under pressure.
Silence comes out, impressive shot onto the Centaur. He's got a full pipe complete.
Dire's
Forward,
middle
doesn't
tower
really
is
He's
drowning.
surrounded. Okay, he gets a peek of enough heroes and decides not worth his time. He's gonna go mid and try to defend his tower. Hey, did a quick check, and for whatever reason, the second time I went to start stream, it's working now. So. Big lane, epi center, blink throw, strike combo. Took a sip of water and just saw him blink forward on the mini map. Barely able to catch the tail end of that kill onto the Death Prophet. Working on the Yule Scepter, shield rune up on this Centaur. He's not dying anytime soon.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Alright, so if you're Dire, what do you do to get back into this game? It is really
Dire's
tough.
top
I mean, like I was saying
tower is
earlier,
under
Drow's farming
attack.
speed is quite linear, and it's much slower than Faceless Voids. Oh, got him. Your death used to secure a kill onto the Skywrath Mage. Drow coming over to soak up some of this lane experience. But he's kind of always near his team. He's splitting a lot of this experience, unfortunately. It's also quite low.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Activating on Mage Commander. DD Rune
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
Who are we looking for? Ooh. Piece of candy. Drow Ranger showing on the mid lane. And Blink range. Blink forward, Blade Ball Press, and a duel. Secures a kill onto the Drow Ranger. TP briefly comes in, but then they realize it's too late. Cancel. Faceless Void has to do it on the farm. Working on the Mjolnir. Has the Maelstrom. And the net worth gap between him and Drow right now is about 700 gold. That's going to continue to widen even if no fights are taken. No fights are taken, if nothing happens, this favors Faceless Void. Which is a really bad position to be in as a Drow. However, Drow's going to come forward, and Stun comes out, Faceless Void is able to time walk all of that damage off. Has the Chronosphere available, is considering using it. Two heroes grouped up. They're going to settle for the Witch Doctor, it looks like in the back. The Chronosphere is pressed onto the Death Prophet. She got our Spirit Sight off, and a duel comes out. And secure a kill onto Death Prophet as well. 7k net worth lead, 20 minutes into the game. You know what else happens at 20 minutes? A Tormentor spawning in the top lane. GD on the Centaur. Briefly came top, realized there was nothing good that could come of this and goes back bottom to continue farming. And just another engagement going the way of the Radiant on the Unruly Boys.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Got 4 heroes at the top. They are going to click a Tormentor on the dot.
Dire's
Efficiency
is about to take the plunge.
make all the difference. Oh, Lich getting low.
I'll
Not
take
quite.
that.
Void going to be a little bit unhappy taking all this damage. Octavine gives him a heal. And they got smoke. I mean, they got Epicenter. Faceless Void seems to think that there could be something for him bottom lane. And that something is farm. However, Machu looking to get another big kill. Octavine. Duel is available. 50 duel damage, doing quite well. And the smoke continues. Rufio. Maybe trying to sell this gank a bit. Oh, and he sells it. Let's go points forward into 3 heroes. 2 of which were smoked. And Lich almost caught him roused. He's going to throw out, the most unfortunate chain thrust ever. Bounces immediately from the Drow to the Lich. Click forward from the Sand King with Epicenter going on Blue Bear, taking a lot of damage for shock. Right up Spirit Side that comes out with the magic hand from the Skyrim range that will secure the kill. Ooh, Sand King, he's got one, he's got the Burrow Strike, but the Burrow Strike does not disjoint the last arrow from Nixie on the Drow. Nixie getting some kills that absolutely 1,000 net worth gold infused from a single fight. Absolutely needed that. Crazy to think that without this fight she'd be sitting at 6,500 and Void at roughly 8k. So with that kill they're able to regain some proximity of that net worth.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Out farm the Drow is going to continue to. Has the Hyperstone complete now, and things really get goofy with the Mjolnir comes out.
Dyer's middle tower is drowning.
So Mom said I can push mid once. You're in the strategy room. What are you thinking? How do you pull yourself back into this game? I really think. I mean, Centaur, he's got the height complete, he's got the blink. It's weird, I don't know, you're kind of lacking damage. I mean, I'm really looking for, like, some sort of Maledict into Finger of Death, or really, I guess, just finding an isolated hero and kind of throwing the kitchen sink at him. Like, you don't really have a ton of burst damage. It's weird, the most burst damage that you generally have is, like, from your supports, with, like, Lion and then Centaur from among your cores. But with the ice armor on the Lich, with the purge from the Legion Commander coming in, and with always this looming threat of there being a Chronosphere or an Epicenter, and speaking of, Epicenter used top, the Ags absolutely obliterates the deck. Yes.
Dyer's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Actually, that is right. Wow, DP has no HP right now. Okay, I thought that it was bugged again. Drow has the Hurricane Fight complete. Of course, you want to be able to avoid Chronosphere with that. That would be amazing, but it is not easy to do. Also, just, you know, generally good item for Drow. Repositioning in fights and such. And bottom lane, the Chain Frost Duel comes out on top of GD with the Centaur.
This will do.
He's going to die. That brings Legion up to 90 duel damage at 24 minutes. A very good pace. I used to play Legion a lot. I kind of arbitrarily set a goal in my mind of 100 by 30 is like my good benchmark. Octavine doing quite well so far with the duel damage number.
Dyer's middle tower is Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Tower's going to go down. We are going to take this brief moment. Looks like there might be a fight quite soon. To check, and yes. Wow, Dota Plus seems to think that this game is quite favorable for the Radiant. I would have to agree. I think on draft alone, this game's hard for the Dire.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Out. Don't believe Sand King has picked up the smoke buff yet. GD looking for something. Epicenter goes on top of the line. Getting full epic just for the line. Find the Centaur over on the side. Actually, moves as well. Octavine quite a bit, but is afflicted with the Maledict. Is almost certainly going to pop to this. Ninja Smurf jumps in and gets absolutely wrecked. It's got a mage on the side. Throw down a Mystic Quiver, it's not quite enough to match you. Pixie Doc, more heroes up here, and this is going to be a terrible fight for the Radiant. Fantastic fight coming out from Mom said I could push mid once. They got exactly what they needed out of this fight. It's a 6k, no 7k net worth swing.
Dyer's top
Going
tower
in favor
is
of
under attack.
Dire. Wow. Big comeback from that. You know, I think that fight was kind of lost off rip because Epicenter was used to kill one hero just for life. And I mean, that really has been what has been winning these fights so much. Also, I'm assuming Void just wasn't there at all. I didn't see him in that fight. I don't believe so. This 4v5 fight, you really have to make sure that you hit a couple of heroes with that Epicenter. Drow was well positioned, didn't end up dying to anything, was able to contribute some damage to that fight as well. We had GD up front and top lane. See, that's kind of proof that didn't need to commit that Epicenter for the line at all if you're able to just solo kill him without it. I guess him sitting on a creep wave doesn't hurt though. Nixie working on the Manta style.
Are Radiant using
I see the need for
echolocation?
it, but I don't know. I mean, after Manta, what do you get? Do you go straight damage? Do you go Ags for healing reduction against the Legion? I guess it's okay. You could maybe go Silver Edge here. You don't really need the break, but just another repositioning tool. You can use it to stay hidden in a fight a lot longer. Oh, I hear an Epicenter. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. Waiting for somebody to show up top.
Money changes hands.
And Witch Doctor is in the area as well. Oh, is he going to do it? Matthew has the Epicenter, has the Blink. Basis Void has now completed the Mjolnir and the BKB since we last checked in. Now a full 1400 gold lead on the Drow. Not as bad as it could be. I've definitely seen things get a lot worse in these situations where the Void he just constantly clicks creeps better than you. There's not really a lot you can do as the Drow in this situation. Unruly Bear trying to use his illusion to maybe get some sort of go. Oh lord, oh Nixie, oh no. Blink duel Epicenter and Skyrim. I don't think they used enough ults on that guy, personally. I think they held something back. You know. I mean, why didn't we chrono him? Like, Rega slacking there. We should have chronoed that guy too. Anyway. Top lane, they're looking to push. Except for Raiga, who's looking to continue flicking creeps.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom lane. He's down here. GD also has been farming quite a bit. I believe it has the Lotus Orb coming.
Dyer's
on
top
the courier.
tower is about to take the
So I think it's a
plunge.
decent Lotus game. It is tricky into the Legion because if you Lotus the target Legion is about to duel, then you just give her double the duel damage. Very unfortunate interaction. Matthew, GD. We're just gonna stand with each other. We're gonna fight this crest fight. Use it in that which things. He's taking a decent bit of damage, but I'm really there he's in. That's so unfortunate. He presses the stampede right before he gets Chronosphere, then he threatens out top to that front. He's forward from the dragon. Spells out, flicking down the Death Prophet, and SLKG steps forward on the Witch Doctor briefly, throws out a cast, but realizes this is over. Nothing to do here.
Dyer's bottom tower won't last. Dyer's bottom tower couldn't withstand the
And Ray,
tide.
you know, they've been kind of staying as 5 or at least 4 for large chunks of this game. And you know, I know speed pushing in
Dyer's
this game is
bottom
like
tower
really scary.
is about
but,
to flounder.
I think the Dire in this situation should be trying to exploit that they're always grouped a bit
Dyer's
more.
bottom tower is under
GD, of
attack.
course, was like taking some aggressive farm down in the bottom lane here, but I wonder if he could have maybe pushed the envelope a bit further, for
Dire's
some
bottom
rotations,
tower is about
things
to
like this, and then
flounder.
his team just Radiant is going out themselves. They're going to pick up the Aegis. And smoke comes out. Octavine immediately breaking the smoke, clearing out midwave. Top lane, there's a shield rune. And frankly, I don't know if the smoke is going to go anywhere. It's pretty obvious, but they
Dire
switching
are
to,
scanning for
vision down.
enemies.
Oh, Nixie's showing on the mid lane. Epicenter's going to come in, blink forward, stun, Lich going to grab the Drought as well. His blink dagger. And yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
That's tough. Stun coming out onto the Faceless Void. Another stun followed up. Forward silence. Lotus Sword back on top of the Skyward Mage. Fetch steps forward is going to eat a cask and some dusts. Covering the area. He's got Shiva's going as well. Alright. Quite a big lead for... Oh, Blink Epicenter stun on top of the Lion. She's going to have this as well. Another Lotus onto the Silence coming out from Skyrath. And another Silence coming out from the Dust. Blink forward on top of the Witch Doctor is going to get another duel for Octavine. 140 damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mitzi 2 is going to go down.
Dire's middle tower just got knocked down.
And they can absolutely go aggro here. When you got Aegis, there's nothing else you got to wait on. Going to eat a bit of damage with the Legion Commander. Look at this face. It's plotting, strategizing. How can they win? It, at this point, is on the Lost Boys to make a catastrophic error to
Dire's top
stun
tower
forward from
is
Matthew.
under
So a
attack.
little isolated, but he's quite tanky. He's not an easy kill. They're going to put another stun. Now, this forward commander is going to take a cool damage on top of that. Oh, actually going to take a ton of damage with the Epicenter over before he dies. He's going to take his Epicenter and keep going. Another bit of damage goes out on top of the Witch Doctor. And he's looking quite low. Nixie's unfortunately has to back up. I mean, the bear comes in on the side, hasn't used the exorcism yet. He's going to fix it now. Versus the rules, versus the spirits. Trying to chase forward on top of Rufio, but there's quite a bit of magic damage coming out. They have to throw him with the silence. The Ghost Scepter comes in, which will protect him from the damage of the exorcism.
Dire's bottom tower
Duels was
won't
already
last
used. They had no
long.
cancel available. Octavine, considering a go, has duel, has Blade Mail, has
Dire's
Blink
bottom
available.
tower is under
Does he
attack.
see the Drought? Does he see the Drought?
Dire's
Does this Drought Blink
bottom
forward duel on
tower
this Drought range?
fallen.
Should be looking into this Blade Mail. Is she going to go down? Absolutely. 200 gold damage. Secured by the Legion Commander. And Raiga, not there for any of that. Farming away. Clicking creeps.
Dire's
gonna jump
middle
forward?
tower is under
Jumps forward.
attack.
Hits him with the Time Walk Slate. So it's time to click towers. Lose half of his mana pool. Unfortunate. Gotta get hit with the Centaur stun. Going to click into them. I don't think you win this against Void right now. You do have an Aegis. I mean, like, you got BKB. You could kill him if you really wanted to. It would take your entire kit, basically. Being in the area, Regen Rune available. Blink duel up in 3 seconds. Looking for a kill. They have vision on everything. Blink forward, gonna win the duel. With the Aghanim Scepter immune, there's nothing Lion can do to help. Raiga sees Unruly Bear underneath a Sentry Rune. Sentry Ward, right? Time Walk Slow thrown out. Unruly Bear makes it back to the base. Aegis gone in 30 seconds. You know, a lot of team interactions in the past couple of minutes, but no tier 3 towers have gone down. While the Skull stepping forward wants to stun the wave. It's quite aggressive though. Goes unpunished. First comes out from the Legion Commander after Raiga gets silenced.
Regeneration.
Drow picking up a bit of damage. Stampede comes out. Building this player down on top of the line, but he has Aeondis. He's going to live here. Marquis getting quite low. He's going to end up going down. Chronosphere thrown out on top of the Drow and the Lion. Deep press, but unfortunately, Heavy Zebra comes in from matching. He's going to secure the kill onto the Lion as well. And very back ready here. Dragon really needs some time walk out of this. He is maledicted. He's taking a decent bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough to kill him. Everybody turns on top of Unruly Bear. Faceless Wood walking forward, but he's silenced. He's in this. And seen by the Sentry Warrior. He's going to end up going down. Great fight coming out from Mom said I can push him once.
Trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
You know, I mean, just the execution of that one was a little bit split. They didn't have the sanction there at the start. He's going to jump in now, trying to get it going. So Witch Doctor is going to get quite low, doing a bit of limit testing here. It's going to end up getting Mules. Witch Doctor ends up going down. Matchu is going to stun North, trying to get away from this. Going to need a little bit of damage from the Death Prophet, but Death Prophet doesn't quite have the damage, doesn't have the mana to continue the fight. It has to leave. Unruly Bear making
Radiant's
the
top tower is
appropriate
under attack.
decision to back off there, even though it hurts. Would have loved to get that kill
For the dead.
onto Matchu. Nixie Uke. Lincoln Sphere Cube. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think this is the item. I think you go Daedalus and you hope. At this point, I don't think Lincoln's is gonna help you with anything. Oh, I don't know why I agreed to cast, and then immediately after I just get so sleepy. It's crazy. This game too. This game 2 might not have a caster. I'm gonna keep it real, guys. Bottom lane.
Illusion.
You know, even after that fight, still sitting at a 93% win probability for the Lost Boys. It's really just on them to close this out. I mean, if you land a decent Chronosphere on top of the Drow, I think this game's just over. Drow Death Prophet die. I don't think there's any fight that they can win, unfortunately. Curious. Witch Doctor doesn't seem to have anything queued at the moment.
Radiants are scanning for
Time
enemies.
is money.
Lion, the Aeondis was a good purchase by the Lion,
Dire
kind
are
of recognizing
scanning
that
for enemies.
his utility is of course just throwing out hexes, throwing out stuns, and if he can just keep himself alive a little bit longer, maybe he buys his
Radiants
team
are
enough
scanning
time
for
to
enemies.
get another round of spells off, or buys himself enough time to get another round of spells off so that he can secure a kill.
Invisibility.
Bottom lane, GD is getting chased by Crazy Ninja Smurf, who's invis. Blink forward. Jump from the Chain Frost, going to bounce around between the neutrals. GD's bottom, he's going to get the blink off. Good usage of the pipe. Blocking a decent bit of that damage that he had incoming. There is a world where he presses Lotus on the Chain Frost and turns and gets a kill on the Lich and then gets out. You'd have to get real fucking lucky though. And GD, you know, just trying to get his money up, thinks that the overwhelming blink is the item to get. See what he's going for. Honestly, I think heart would probably just be a little bit better. They're similarly expensive. Yeah, I would just assume Celebration and work on the heart personally, but I guess it has a similar. More AP, utilize the shard, spam out.
Tell me if you've heard this one.
LostBoys are going to
Radiant's middle
secure
tower is under
themselves
attack.
a Roshan. And now they're looking for GD. GD's gonna blink out the top. He's gonna get stunned by the Sand King. He comes right in with a break when he jumps forward. The break's not needed at all. Maybe the heart wouldn't be enough. He dies quite quickly. Minraga's quite ahead. He's working on the Scotty. Interesting pickup this game. I guess I guess the Death Prophet makes sense. And maybe anticipating that there might be a heart coming from the Centaur, heals coming out from the Witch Doctor. It's decent. I could also, in this game, see you just go in straight damage, and because you're so far ahead, you know, just like, I don't need healing reduction. Like, you're not healing enough to deal with my damage anyways, so. But Scotty, maybe a bit more disciplined of a buy. Gives you survivability, so you don't get bursted by any of the damage coming out from Lion, Witch Doctor, Centaur, all that fun stuff. Gonna finish up that Scotty now. I think it's gone in 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Met you working on the Daedalus. So I believe, I don't remember exactly how this works, but I believe the pulses are somehow tied to, that's it, they apply 50% of stinger damage, and so I think they do some sort of tick with that item as well. Able to get a kill on the Drow top, really dare now, showing in the middle of this void, and Legion Commander just evaporates. Jeez. Woo. Woo. You know, I'm kind of surprised at the damage output from this. I'm not sure why he's hitting so hard with this. Anyway, Epi Center is used on top of the Lion. BKB used by Master as well. Gonna be stepping forward. And the Witch Doctor is trying to knock
Dire's middle tower is
just like a high ground is broken.
Dire's middle tower just got knocked
Frankly, they could throw
down.
here. No 2 tiers, they're gonna play it safe.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top barracks are under
Barracks getting
attack.
put
Dire's
down.
top
Are they
barracks
going
have
to go all
fallen.
the way bottom? They will. Okay.
Radiant's
Looks
bottom
like
tower
Lost that I can push
is
this once has
still
at
with
least one more fight in it.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure. Dire's bottom tower
Drow is shown. So buyback is gonna try and manage this. Corona just comes in. Ends up killing her off. Trying to move this away. This commander jumps forward once he can do on the Centaur. There's that kill. The Death Ward is checked by the Witch Doctor. He's not going to be enough secure. He kills so far. Sandstorm over on the side. The commander is going to get going down as there's a need for tier 4. That 5x down with the Centaur Warrunner as well as the Death Prophet. Link stun combo onto the Lion and the Centaur. It's going to kill Aegis Pop before getting a nice reset. And he's going to kill all of the Death Prophets. GG is all.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, I mean, it really just felt like, unfortunately, not a lot of it. Drow basically wasn't able to play the game. I mean, past a certain point with the Void and 3 Blink Initiators, it's really hard. I don't necessarily think it was a poor play thing. For the most part, there were a couple of deaths that maybe Could have been avoided, but for the most part, just a really hard drow game. And, you know, I don't think that... I don't know. I have thoughts about top lane, but I'm really not sure that they could have done anything better to actually win that. The damage coming out from Skywrath is pretty ridiculous, so... yeah, maybe the solution is to put the Lion in the lane with the Sky and have him drain all of Sky's mana. Maybe that would have been something better. Briefly, just gonna go over it. I mean, it was kind of a steady creep. You know, at 10 minutes. Quick net worth slice at 10 minutes. Yeah, Void had a rough lane, Drow had a rough lane. But outside of that, Legion as well as Sand King and Death Prophet doing quite well. Centaur had, I'd say, a generally good lane. Having this good of a lane in the offlane in the current patch is actually quite nice. And from there, I mean, it was really, you would, I guess, expect Void to have even more farm than this at this point in the game. Not that he's necessarily doing poorly, but you would, you'd maybe expect him to be punching around 8k at this point with, like, Maelstrom and just clicking everything, getting some kills with Chrono, and so on, but, yeah, great performance overall from Machu, really securing a lot of the early mid-game, and then, like I was saying earlier, just the natural dynamics of the draft, I think, favored their lineup, favors their carry matchup, and was able to secure them a solid game. Yeah, and then... Huh. This isn't quite what I was expecting. I would expect Sand King to be, like, top of this chart basically all the time. Also, I do love that they added this chart, but I really wish you could see this, like, in-game. Maybe they have added it and I just haven't found it yet, but... Well, hate to do this, but I'm absolutely wiped. I got like 10 more minutes before I'm just gonna fall asleep, so unfortunately I'm gonna be ending the stream there. But appreciate you guys for watching. It was a good game. I may come back and recast the second game sometime tomorrow, but not gonna be able to make it through this evening. So, y'all have a wonderful night.